So, with the newly appointed Chris Davies, very confident and professional individual to be appointed at Blues, lays the law down firmly. Let's get into it, Bluenoses. What's going on, Bluenoses? It's me again, the boy in blue, back with another video. I hope that you guys are all okay, doing okay. So, the newly appointed Chris Davies, very impressive interview in my opinion. Now he comes across as he knows what he wants. He's got that professional CV, being at all these top flight clubs, for example, like Leicester, Tottenham, and Celtic, to name a few. A perfect candidate, in my opinion, for Blues, and to hopefully take the boys in Royal Blue back to where we belong in the Premier League. So one of the interesting news articles that I want to read with you guys is he's basically said that he's giving these players 2 weeks to basically show Chris what they got, because he needs to get an idea and gauge off these players to get his strongest starting 11 to commence in the upcoming League One season about to start. Also, as well, the transfer window is still open, so of course maybe there's going to be some players that are still going to be going, but also as well, there was reports, like I said in my other video, that Blues could potentially be spending 20 million or more to get some new players in. The transfer window, like I was saying on my previous video, I'm not too concerned about, because, like I said, the Ryan Allsop interview, it says it all for me. He's actually dropped down a league to come to Blues, with how much investment has gone into the club, with the training facilities and everything else. And that's one of the reasons that attracted him to drop down a league to join Blues. So I have no concerns in the transfer window personally. It's only my opinion. But same again, as always, I'd love to hear your views and opinions on this, Bluenoses. So with the Austria tournament coming up for Blues, it's going to be perfect for Chris Davies to get a feel for the players, the personality, playing styles, and he's going to have a real good idea on what these players can do to give him a good idea of who he's going to be picking for his strongest starting 11, like I just said. So it's going to be a perfect opportunity for Chris. One of the good things as well is Blues have appointed him pre-season as well, so he's got the transfer window, these friendlies coming up as well, and obviously the Austria tournament. So it's going to be brilliant for Chris to assess the situation. Right, I need to do this, I need to do that, and we need to work on these players. Now, for me, I think this is brilliant, but I ain't going to lie, if my boss turned around to me and said, you got 2 weeks to prove yourself, I would fucking but obviously, we all know the season that we had last season. For me personally, in my opinion, it was just an emotional roller coaster. Every decision that was made by the board and the club, whether I disagreed with it or not, deep down, I always got on board with every decision. I love the club, and I've got my full backing. Tom Wagner's come in, and in my opinion as well, he's been absolutely superb. And obviously, speaking to my dad and Steve, like I've said on previous videos, they, from their experience, and obviously being a bit older than me, they obviously think that Tom Wagner and Knighthead are the best owners that Blues have ever had by a mile and more. So yeah, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a really good season, like I've said like numerous times. I bet you're sick of me saying this, but yeah, it's gonna be really good. 2 weeks to prove themselves. So I'm gonna share this screen with you now. And what I like about Chris Davies is, he's come in, he's a very confident professional individual. So it says Birmingham City head coach Chris Davies will give his players 2 weeks to prove themselves to him. Blues players are due to back the pre-season on Monday, July the 1st. They will spend the first week of training in the Midlands before jetting out to Austria for additional training and a match. Birmingham will be out in Austria from Monday, July 8th to Sunday, July 14th, and will play a match against SC Paderborn. Paderborn finished 7th in the second tier of German football last season, and that will act as the first match of the Davies era. The game is scheduled to take place at the Peddling Stadium, TSC. The newly appointed coach will use that match and the days of trying to assess the squad that he currently has to his disposal. Players under contract could still be moved on, and it will also be an opportunity to see what positions need to be addressed. I think for me, it won't take long, responded Davies to BBC Radio West Midlands Sport when asked how long it'll take to assess the current squad. So, that there is just confidence, and that's what I like. I like a confident manager because it's mentally good for him. It's reassuring for the players as well, knowing that they've got like a good boss to work for and play for. So I'm really excited to see how Chris is going to go about his ways this season. But yeah, like I was talking about it earlier, for me, last season it was an emotional rollercoaster because I backed every decision, and we all know like the inconsistency of the team. Like 1 minute we played like brilliant football, and then the next few weeks it would be absolute shite, and it was just all over the place. And it was just heartbreaking, like deep down. But it was just, as a Blues fan, it's like you got to try and back the team, and yeah. So I think the 5 players that have gone, in my opinion, were the right decision. Would you guys like to see some more players depart and more players coming in? And also as well, Chris Davies being a young manager and his reputation for the youth academy, would you like to see some of these youth academy players being implemented into the starting 11 as well? Me personally, I'd like Junior Dixon. He's a good striker, banging goals in left, right and centre last season, like I've said numerous times as well. I'd love for him to get like a 15-minute or even like a 20-minute spell, on the game, just to see what he can offer, what he's like. And yeah, just talking about the England game, with Ollie Watkins, when he came on 15, 20 minutes, he made an impact, in my opinion, against Denmark. So having these impact players being implemented are crucial to change the game. And I think that Junior Dixon has a lot to offer for Blues. So hopefully we might see something of him. But yeah, Bluenoses, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what Chris Davies is saying. I think it's bang on. I think the players, how they performed last season, need to kick up the backside. And yeah, fair play to him. He knows what he wants. It's his first managerial role. He's doing it right. He's done his homework. I really like him. Portrays himself very well. Very professional as well. And yeah, he's just a very confident guy with a cracking CV, in my opinion. So yeah, Bluenoses, get your comments in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. But please subscribe if you're new and you love the Blues like I do. It is a hobby, a passionate Blue Nose. And yeah, keep right on, and up the boys in Royal Blue, and up the Blues, up the Wagner, and up the project. Come on!